Video number 4. Now for this one, we're going to really get narrowed in to specific solutions, specialized solutions for the business owner. So business owners face all sorts of obstacles and challenges. Who there is exactly in the industry to provide guidance to the business owner? If the business owner has a question, let's say he wants to increase his profit margins, who does he call? Like really, who does he call? Does he hop online? What does he Google? What are the solutions that he provides? What we've decided to do is we added a portion of the Concierge system to business owners. Specifically, we wanted to speak to how to increase profit because we know that most business owners have that issue, right? And if they don't have that issue, everybody would like a little more profit, right? So we did some research, and there's only 2 ways to increase profit margins. Number 1, we need to increase revenue, right? The amount of money that we bring in the door. We'd have to increase that. Now, I know some cool stuff. A new revenue idea for every business in America. I don't have that answer. But the good thing is the second way to increase profit is that we can reduce our expenses and our taxes. So I can't help there. And so what I did is I took a couple years. We worked at this one kind of slow. I traveled the country, visited with different providers, and what I found was that Fortune 500 companies, the big boys, they have huge amount of employees, and most of them have a department specifically designed that have experts with knowledge and resources to audit their expenses. Most of them do this every 2 weeks. They go through and they rip apart every expense to make sure that they're being as efficient as possible. So, the knowledge that they have, if you're a small business owner and you want that knowledge and you want that education, the normal way is you would hire those people, they would work on your team, and they would audit your expenses. Kind of hard, right? We're talking about increasing profit, not increasing the expense of our business. That's kind of the opposite. So, what we've done is we've compiled the best solutions that we found around the country, and we have made them easy to access. You can hop on our website, you can go through any of our training modules, and we will teach you through paper, through digital format, through webinars and videos, and of course one-on-one consultations. Depending on your business, we design solutions just for you, with the sole purpose of reducing your expenses. We do not get paid unless we provide value. We get paid out of the value. So no matter what you pay us, you will always make considerably more. Because, of course, if we were to save you $30,000 or $10,000 and we got paid, say, $3,000, the net profit would be fantastic. So what are some of these solutions? They vary from company to company, but our process, we like to look at it this way. Your expenses are your expenses, and they cut into your profit margins. Now, there is the past, there is today, and there is the future. So the way that we do this is we like to look into the past, and we like to make sure that if you lost money, right, through paying expenses, if there was a way to recover a portion of that, I imagine you would say, yeah, Travis, can you go get that money for me and bring it back? And I would say, of course, sure. Now, we can't do it for everything, but there are some eligible ways that we can participate in that. So let me give you one example. Let's say that your business collects Visa and MasterCard, right? So Visa and MasterCard is merchant card processing. Merchant card processing is when, let's say that you own a taco stand, and myself and one of the advisors, we go to eat tacos, and let's say that it was very expensive. Say that I paid you $100 for a group of people to eat tacos in your restaurant. Well, if I paid you with cash, you would receive $100. Make sense? Cool. What if I paid you with my credit card? When you swipe that card, the merchant service providers, which is the people that allow you to accept payment through this process, they typically charge anywhere from 2 to 4%. Now, it varies depending on your contract, and I'm not trying to get into reducing any of that stuff. I just want to share with you an example. So, let's say it's 3%. I gave $100, swipe the card, literally $100 is taken out of my account, it's put in your account, and then later Visa and MasterCard will reach in there and take the $3. So you gave me $100 worth of goods and services, but I only ended up giving you $97. So the cost of that merchant service card is 3%, and that does really affect your bottom line. What if there was a way to recover some of those dollars? Did you know that in 2003 there was a class action lawsuit? Now, nobody was found guilty, but there was a big settlement, $3 billion. $3 billion were paid out. Why were they paid out? Well, they were suspecting collusion. So Visa, MasterCard, two different companies, they look at each other and they say, hey, what if you stay around this price point and I'll stay around this price point, we'll both win. So they were suspected and accused of that via a class action lawsuit. Now, for most of us normal folk, we only swipe that card every once in a while. There wouldn't be a huge recovery, but for a business owner, for a business that processes $1 million in Visa and MasterCard, there's a considerable amount of money coming back to you, right? Because the coverage periods are typically 5 to 15 years. So that happened in 2003 and it paid out $3 billion. Did you know they are currently collecting more information on another class action lawsuit specifically geared towards the exact same thing? Only this time, the last number I heard was $5.6 billion. So what is that money? This is money that is going to be distributed back to the people that it was taken from. So if you were a business owner and you processed a lot of Visa and MasterCard, I would think you'd probably want to get some of that money back. So we have a very specialized team of lawyers that work hand in hand on this case and many other cases. And what they do is they will go, they'll fight on your behalf, we'll bring back the money, and they get a portion of what's saved. So if let's say they brought you back $100,000, they would take their cut, about $30,000 bucks, right? About 30% or so. And then you would have the remaining. Now, how much work did you have to do in that process? Not much. You just had to come up with some merchant card processing, prove that you were around and available when that happened. They do the rest, they bring you a check. Can't tell you when, can't tell you how much, it just is what it is. But if there's no cost or no time commitment of anything that's anything high barrier or hard to do, then what's the risk? So, from my perspective, this is one area that I think everybody should recover assets on. Then when we look forward, in a lot of states in America, you're now allowed to surcharge the client. So when I chose to pay for cash, all good and gravy. If I chose to pay that $100 with my credit card again, what if the business told me, hey, you're choosing to use your credit card, and they know why I'm using my credit card, right? I get points back, so I use my credit card, I pay off my credit card bill, we're smart people. Now, what if they said, Travis, you can get your points, that's all fine and dandy, but you got to pay the merchant service processing. If you don't want to pay that 3%, no problem, just pay with a debit card or a cash account. Cool, I have a choice. I can choose to pay with cash, choose to pay with debit, or I can choose to pay an extra 3%. They do it at the DMVs. So it's important, guys. This stuff is really, really good. And if you could immediately remove 3% from your bottom line, what would that do to your profit margins? If you processed $1 million at 3%, that's $30,000 immediately for forward savings. That makes a difference. And business owners, when they get $30,000 saved, they don't go blow it. They're smart, they're savvy, they're business owners. They're going to take that money and they're going to use it for marketing staff. They're going to use it to help the economy, right? And help their own personal business. Another solution is cost segregation. Cost segregation is a fantastic solution. Make this super quick. Your building, your office building, if you own it, is divided by 39 increments, right? And every year you get to deduct 1/39. That means on your tax return you get to reduce it by 1/39. But the entire building doesn't depreciate all at the same time, right? Like the floorboards and the toilet seats and the windows, they all depreciate at different times. Cost segregation, literally, and you might have a great accountant who's doing great things for you, but he doesn't probably have a team of engineers that go into your building and break apart every aspect of your building to determine what rate the actual elements depreciate. I mean, for example, if the wallboards went bad every 10 years, instead of dividing the cost of those wallboards by 39 years, if you could do it by 10, then you would push the savings up to the front. How many people keep their building for 39 years? Maybe you. Like I said, this isn't a recommendation. These are solutions, design. They're teasers, they're concepts. In your life, we can reduce your expenses. If you guys would like to see by how much, for no cost, let us know. So, these are just two of many solutions. The company that we use to to provide these solutions is called FinanceCape, Business Concierge and Profit Experts. The website's on the screen. You guys can take a look at that. Also, please like and subscribe. This is a 7-part video series, but we do these videos. We try to do them every single week, teaching something that people are looking for. So on our social media platforms, people submit questions, and that's where these videos come from. So thank you very much. Participate, ask questions, guys. Nobody cares as much as you do about your money and your business. So make it your business to make it better. We're financial concierges, and we're here to help.